You bring home a beautiful new plant, perfect, vibrant, and full. But a week later, the leaves start drooping, turning yellow and falling off. This decline happens when a plant is suddenly removed from the five-star, highly controlled environment of a nursery and dropped into the different light and air of a standard home. To the plant, this shift is a biological shock, the primary reason new indoor plants struggle to survive their first month. To navigate this phase, keep the plant in its original plastic nursery pot. Avoiding a repot right now prevents adding more physical stress to a system that is already struggling to stabilize. Long-term survival depends on strategically managing this initial shock phase, giving the plant the time it needs to adapt to its new world. Step 1 is the observation phase. Place your plant in a bright spot, and for the next 1 to 2 weeks, do absolutely nothing else. You must resist the urge to move the plant into a decorative ceramic planter. Repotting is forbidden during this window. Imagine moving into a new house and immediately having your entire routine and living space aggressively rearranged. That level of exhaustion is what a plant experiences when it is repotted while already reeling from a new environment. Waiting allows the plant to settle. During these 2 weeks, you can watch how it naturally responds to the specific air and light conditions in your home. This period of inaction reveals the plant's true needs, providing a much more accurate baseline for care than any initial assumptions. Once the plant begins to settle, move to step 2, reality-based watering. This requires abandoning the concept of a watering schedule entirely. Biologically, a plant's roots require oxygen as much as they require water. Watering on a strict calendar often keeps the soil constantly wet, forcing out oxygen and triggering root rot. This presents a dangerous trap for beginners.
The chronically overwatered plant on the left looks identical to the thirsty plant on the right. Both have droopy, yellowing, stressed leaves. Because the visual symptoms are the same, many people see a wilting plant and mistakenly add more water to soil that is already drowning the roots. Use the finger test as your only metric. Push your finger into the dirt and only water when the top 2 inches of soil are dry to the touch. Watering based on the physical reality of the soil prevents you from suffocating the plant out of misplaced panic. Step 3 is the environmental audit. Light is biological food. A plant labeled for low light simply tolerates lower energy levels better than others, but it still needs brightness to sustain itself. Usable light energy diminishes rapidly away from a window, providing only a fraction of the energy. As this graph illustrates, the drop is exponential. Our eyes adjust to dim rooms, making us think a spot is bright, while the plant starves. You should also check for invisible threats, like dry airflow from AC vents or heaters. Grouping plants together builds a localized, humid microenvironment that protects their foliage. Finally, move to step 4, passing the leaf drop test. You will likely see older leaves near the bottom of the plant turn yellow and fall off during this transition. Shedding older leaves is a deliberate survival mechanism the plant uses to conserve energy while it adapts. Ignore the dying leaves at the base and check the top of the plant. Healthy new shoots are the definitive proof that the plant is recovering. Accepting this loss at the bottom prevents you from making panicked environmental changes just as the plant is successfully stabilizing at the top. The final rule is to lock in consistency. Once you find a spot with adequate light and stable airflow, leave the plant there. Plants respond to their environment over weeks and months. Constant adjustments, like shifting the pot to different rooms, prevent the system from ever fully stabilizing. With patience, the plant exits the shock phase, begins steady growth, and becomes incredibly resilient to the specific conditions of your home. Mastering this transition phase provides the foundation for a thriving indoor garden. Once the plant is stable, you can begin to decode the even deeper visual language written in its leaves.